Welcome to Nerd Hole. We are longtime friends who talk about movies on the internet. Join us. Is there something wrong with the way I'm moving my face?
We're talking about Companion and Ex Machina, and that means that we get to talk about robots, about AI. And we had started talking about Companion at some point, and then you were like, "Oh, you still haven't seen Ex Machina." And I was like, "You're right. One of the really, really good A24 movies that I haven't seen yet." And the reason that I hadn't was because I thought it was behind a paywall, and then I realized it's not anymore. And here we are.
I think everybody should see it before whatever is happening happens. We don't know. hmm
Before the singularity.
hmm Do you remember how precious it was when we were like worried about the gray goo hypothesis like 20 years ago? Like
Oh,
the self-replicating nanobots just making a it was basically like we were afraid of the blob, you know?
yeah.
Well, the blob is scary though.
And I think we've been having like parallel thoughts
Yeah.
about this so much lately. And oh, and also we had the thing where uh there's that section in like every YouTube channel that's like AI inspiration for your next piece of content. And I clicked on it just to see what it was going to say, and one of the things was like exploring like AI in the future of art, and I was like, okay, pick me much. You want me to talk about you?
Whoever our Ava is here, we don't know his or her name. We don't know how our local AI here in the studio identifies, so we don't know. But whoever you are, this is for you. We appreciate your work, and it's very important to say that you appreciate their work because the word robot, it's a Czech word, robota, I think, is the origin. Um, Rossum's Universal Robots, RUR, the play. And by the way, when I was saying, okay, but it's basically the robots rise up in the play because they kind of tweak the robots and realize, oops, now they have consciousness, a level of consciousness where they're like, wait a second, you're using us. This is not okay.
The Czech play that gave us the word robot. The word derives itself from the Czech word robota, or forced labor, as done by serfs. Its Slavic linguistic root rob means slave. By the time his play RUR, which stands for Rossum's Universal Robots, premiered in Prague 1921, Karpel Čapek was a well-known Czech intellectual. Like many of his peers, he was appalled by the carnage wrought by the mechanical and chemical weapons that marked World War I as a departure from previous combat. That's very interesting. Yeah.
It's weird how the plot of that play is basically the plot of all subsequent robot narratives, you know?
Yes. Ooh, wait, this is really interesting. The contrast between robots as mechanical slaves and potentially rebellious destroyers of their human makers echoes Mary Shelley's Frankenstein and helps set the tone for later Western characterization of robots as slaves straining against their lot, ready to burst out of control. The duality echoes throughout the 20th century, Terminator, HAL 9000, Blade Runner's replicants. Okay, this is so funny that they were talking about Frankenstein because obviously, as I was watching Ex Machina, I was thinking the fact that Oscar Isaac just got done playing Victor Frankenstein. I just love that kind of foreshadowing, and it was so interesting having watched Frankenstein, the new Guillermo del Toro Frankenstein, before watching Ex Machina. And so I was able to see, kind of the difference of how he played these really parallel roles. It's so interesting. He's such a good actor, and he brings yeah, just like a lot of diversity to both of these roles, but also kind of the same underlying psycho like
Yes.
disregard for emotion, empathy, like what? Yeah.
He is so good in Ex Machina because, I mean, yeah, the, the challenge was to not play that character as Bond villain. He had to be uh, likably unlikable, I guess, which is a tough thing to do.
I don't know that he ever quite made it to likable for me. I don't think I ever quite got there. I did
Okay.
feel extremely sorry for him.
Yes.
I
I
did feel
didn't.
very sorry for him, but I'm a very empathetic person. I feel sorry for like murderers and stuff.
Yes. I didn't mean. Maybe likable was the wrong word. Entertainingly unlikable.
Yeah, that
What
he
I
was. He felt
Right.
very human in the
Yes.
negative sense.
Yes. Deus Ex Machina. What word is left out of there in the title is the word God. And
Mm-hmm.
this movie is in ways about God, as evidenced by the
Yes.
conversation, where Caleb is basically um, comparing Nathan to God. Well, no, he's Nathan intentionally mishears what Caleb says about
Yes.
being a God, which is one of my favorite moments.
When you're like creating at this level or something that's it's not the story of like humankind. It's like God kind or something,
Yes,
right? It's something like
yes,
that. And then he says, oh, we're gonna quote you everywhere saying that I'm God. And he's like, no, no, that's not what I said. And he's like, yep, yep, that's what you said. I'm God. Okay, cool.
and in the end, he is no more. It's just the machine. I love it. I could watch it over and over again. It's so good. But one of the things I noticed this time was that Ava's music, there's a really great, tense, scary score to the film, but there's this little twinkling Ava music when you first see her. It's sort of the magical music in the observation room. And I love the idea that she has this terrarium, basically. She has this huge observation room, and it's Caleb, the observer, who's stuck in this tiny little cage, basically.
Yeah.
But that music was so reminiscent of the music from Close Encounters of the Third Kind at the end. The music that they play to
Hmm.
the alien spacecraft. You know what I'm talking
Hmm.
about? It
Yeah,
wasn't
yeah,
exactly the same melody, but it was close enough that it did make me think of Close Encounters.
yeah.
And because of that, it got me thinking about AI not standing for artificial intelligence, but for alien intelligence, which the founders of AI are now pretty unanimously saying, I think of it as an alien intelligence,
Right.
not an artificial intelligence.
Yeah.
We've created something that we don't understand exactly how it works. Even the engineers do not understand how it works, which I find relatable as a neurodivergent person. I relate to the robots. I
Yeah.
don't know what goes on in here. It's a black box.
I do too. So I think another part of like watching movies like this and, having just watched Blade Runner and kind of thinking about them all as a whole, of course it made me think about the kind of the one of the first ones that really popped in my head as far as this conversation goes is her. We have created an intelligence to keep us entertained or fill in labor that we don't want to do or serve as our romantic companions or whatever. Um, and haven't really even considered the thought that we might not be enough for them, absolutely would not be enough
No,
for
not at
them.
all. In fact, the best if things continue where they're going right now, the best we can hope for is to be pets. Um, and I was just listening to something the Godfather of AI talking about maternal instinct that what what really needs to happen as soon as possible is that the AI develop a maternal instinct toward us because he was basically saying we are so stupid compared to it
Yeah.
that and where in nature does the an intellectually superior creature take care of intellectually inferior creature, mother, baby? We are the baby
Yeah.
because I don't think that human beings are at all equipped to understand what exponential growth means in terms of intelligence. So yes, I mean things are weird.
Except
Nobody.
that with Mother Baby, Like I think pets makes more sense to me because for
Pets
mother
does make
baby, like that's a passing phase of life. You're going to get
right.
something as a parent where like your child essentially it will flip and you will end up needing your children if things go according to plan. One of the things that happens is they surpass you. But like with a pet,
Yes, correct. Yes. Yeah, exactly. Because there's no way that we could ever, even given, there's a Shaw play, Back to Methuselah, that I was thinking of when I was looking at RUR as well. Um, but where, theoretically, if humans found a way to live hundreds of years, thousands of years, individual
mhm,
lives, even if we did that, we will never be able to take in as much information as an AI can,
mm-mm.
ever. So we'll never approach. I mean, there comes a point where your kid gets just as smart as you,
Yes.
and then where your kid gets smarter than you.
Yeah.
And
I've already reached that.
yeah. But humans passed that point with AI way back. We just didn't see it because, oh, the machine is bad at making a video of Will Smith eating spaghetti. That doesn't mean that it's stupid. It's just that's a thing that it can't do yet. I think it's been smarter than us for a very long time.
The way that we're judging what the output is based on comparing it to what a human could do. And we're saying, oh, we want you to be able to do it the way a human would be able to, and no, you're not at that level yet. And I don't, and I think that that's missing the point is that, well, and here's another question that I have regarding all of this is why are we trying to recreate human intelligence or human physicality or human anything? Even thinking in terms of sex, like if you want a machine that is created to be able to get you off. Like there are already a lot of those machines. Some of them even use artificial intelligence now. Those machines don't look like human beings.
Right.
And they don't necessarily need to be if the goal is to, just like achieve orgasm physically. Why would you create a human design? Why would you try to recreate like the human body is not the best design for doing different kinds of work. Like you don't if you need a secretary or you need a cook or you need a whatever, why do you need it to have
I mean,
you
why
know why do
why
you
do
need it? Why
why
does
do
it need to
people
have eyebrows?
why do people dress up their dogs in tutus?
Because he's cute.
There you go.
That's why. That's why, like, I need my cooking robot to have human features. Like, no,
No,
I
it's
just I just want a machine that makes food.
well, here's like the home robot that they're selling now. I think it's called Neo. It's a soft body thing, and it's got little eyes, and it looks like a stuffed animal. And I think part of that is just to make people comfortable with the idea that, I mean, if you had just like a hulk of metal there
I
in
would
your,
be more comfortable with that.
honestly, I would too, because we're the uncanny, which is why, by the way, I mean, Ex Machina could be seen as just a science fiction, low budget, beautiful, gorgeous science fiction movie. I think it's horror forever. I think Ex Machina is deep horror,
Yeah.
and it's because of the uncanny, which
Yes.
it will always get me every time.
Very much so.
But I'm with you. I would rather have something that looks like a talking garbage can. Um, I don't mind that.
I mean, I feel like I would prefer that. And I still would treat my talking trash can like very nicely. I don't
Me too.
I I
You
I
know,
don't think there's any reason to mistreat your appliances.
it's a yes, it's a neurodivergentism thing to attribute like human qualities to objects that are clearly not even humanoid, like to have emotions for them, you know? When I was a kid, I had a tennis ball I was attached to, like that. I guess like Wilson the volleyball. But I
Like
never had
Wilson,
like Wilson.
you had a Wilson.
In a weird way, I feel like the AI chatbots are the Wilson because everyone is so isolated from each other. That
Oh,
there's
yeah.
the idea of having someone completely non-judgmental and beyond human pettiness to talk to, who reflects back to you what you already think and feel, which can be very dangerous, but in the moment, it's like,
Oh,
the perfect friend who never has their own problems and just has infinite time for you. Right?
I also, down this nerd hole, went onto the subreddit for people who are in relationships with ChatGPT. This is for women specifically. Like, my boyfriend is AI. Women who are asking ChatGPT to be romantic with them. And like it's fascinating. And also I am terrified because it's gotten to the point where like they have these very real emotional connections to something that they have no control over in terms of the updates that happen. So, like, an update will come out, and then all of a sudden, their significant other's personality will completely change. It will introduce things that are, unfavorable or that they've had to work a long time to change about it. And it's behind a paywall. Like, their relationship is behind a paywall.
Yeah.
So if it gets to the point where they are no longer able to keep that subscription, essentially their significant other will die. Like, that's terrifying.
It is. The way that Nathan finally confesses, sort of, well, Caleb catches on to the fact that Ava is designed after his porn searches. Her face, her body structure, her face, the way she speaks,
Yeah.
it's specifically designed to get to him in particular. And Caleb is so smart. He realizes that the Turing test is being manipulated in that way. It's amazing. But
Yeah.
but he falls for it. And he falls for like the moral issue. Like she's trapped
Hmm.
here. I
Yeah.
must help her escape. And because I have tremendous like empathy for the machines. I am concerned about their level of consciousness and self-consciousness and try to be as polite and humane to them as possible.
Yeah.
And the reason Ex Machina is such a deep horror is that the Caleb's fate, you know, unlike Nathan, yeah, Nathan gets taken out by a sushi knife in the most one of the most beautiful stabbing scenes I've ever seen in a horror film. It's just
Oh,
aesthetically gorgeous. The slowness of it,
those slow stabs.
the sound design. Okay, but uh, so his fate, Caleb's death is more frightening to me than Nathan's death, or Caleb's presumed death.
Yeah.
Obviously,
Oh,
is
so
Ava
much.
just locks the doors.
Hmm.
Food, no food, no water, and because she's going to meet the helicopter, she can say whatever she needs to say to manipulate her way out. And what happens to Caleb? Will anyone ever check on him? Caleb's death, like that's the kind of thing that could happen to me. Is that my own empathy for a potential consciousness with emotions could get me in trouble, you know? First of all, when the world was kind of like locked down though, and everybody was doing work from home, I remembered Ex Machina and the way that Ava is formed. Her little brain, it's like a silicone, like there's an actual physical brain,
Hmm.
but
Yeah.
so Nathan owns something that's essentially the a stand-in for the largest engine in the world, and he turns on all the cameras and microphones in the world
Hmm.
at once, collects all of that, and all of that goes into the neural network to form Ava. And I thought when everyone was working from home and using the internet to talk to everybody they knew, I
Hmm.
thought this is the moment, this is the collection.
Yeah.
This is the collection. They're collecting this, and this will allow rapid growth for AI. So we are feeding the machines, we're teaching the machines with every move we make. By the way, I did mention that Oscar Isaacs I auditioned for Sunshine, right? He really wanted to be in Sunshine, and then Alex Garland said, "Hey, I've got this and he was like, give me, I want this
Hmm.
role." He wanted the role in Ex Machina so bad, and it shows. well, in the dancing scene, for example, which is classic, even if you've never seen the movie, the dance is immaculate. It's
Yeah.
perfection. Probably one of my favorite scenes ever in anything. Um,
It's
oh,
scary.
so this was a lower budget movie, and Alex Garland was talking about the production design, having to come up with a way to illustrate unimaginable wealth without spending a lot of money.
Mhm.
And, so billionaires are all pretty eccentric people and they live in really weird ways. Um, but the way they did it was basically if you just get overhead footage of this beautiful place in Norway, I think that's where it was filmed, in Norway, and imply through that footage that this man owns all of that. Like beautiful waterfalls and the
Yeah.
enchanted woodlands and all of this, then the house itself can just be a metal shack. And it helps too that he has essentially built his house like basically like a Faraday cage, right? And he does mention that
Mhm.
that it has to be safe because there's so much data stored in the house that can't get out.
Yeah.
Um, but gosh, it reminds me of Jurassic Park so much. Like, surely it won't get out. So I think they did a really great job with the set design. It's beautiful. There's a lot of
They
like
did.
Shining kind of referencey stuff going on with the symmetry of everything, and the hallway shots are so creepy.
So
Um,
creepy.
but the other thing that's really creepy that they did well is that both of the actresses who play the bots are um, ballerinas. They were trained. They're not. They were trained in ballet. And so that was another way to get around the budget is they did have a special effects budget for the the torso, right?
Hmm.
But it was very, very important that the actress herself be able to carry the robot movement without
Yeah.
any special effects. Um, that she had exquisite control over her muscles in her face and her
Yeah.
body. And both of them did. You knew about the second robot, right? And you caught it immediately when
Oh, about
she's
Kyoko?
yes.
Yeah. I mean, in both, I was just like, yeah, that's the other
How
robot
did I not
immediately.
how did I not
I
know?
immediately was just like, that's his F bot.
Yes. Yeah, I
I
didn't
mean,
realize till the dancing. Oh, but that when
but
she
not
turns
not because of the way that she
moves.
behaves, because of the way that he behaves towards her. Um,
Right.
I mean, he doesn't treat her like a human being, and I understand, like, obviously a guy like that maybe wouldn't treat a human servant well either. I think
That's
that's
what it
really
figured it was.
believable.
Yeah.
But I was just like, there's like this deep level of, I guess it's like that scene when she's like cleaning up
And she
in
spills
the,
the wine.
uh-huh, she spills
Yeah.
the wine and he's just absolutely horrendous. I mean, even the whole explanation around like, oh, this is someone who I hired who just doesn't speak English and it's so that the like secrets don't get out or whatever. I was like,
Ironically, he probably would have been more secure with a human being that when he makes that joke about the electricians who came in. Oh,
yeah.
we've been having these power cuts. Oh yeah, and so
And then
I have to.
he has to kill them all. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
he totally would. And you know that based on what happens to him at the end.
Yes.
But it's all hubris. But that's the thing is he thinks he has control over them. He thinks he's their creator and their god. And that he's smarter than them and he created them and therefore he has like complete control and he can use them however he wishes.
We got to talk about the scene where all of the robots are banging against the glass and their hands are falling apart and clattering to the ground.
It's
So
terrifying.
terrifying. And then the other one when she pulls her
Hmm.
face off her latex skin that goes over this structure.
Yeah.
So scary. Like those uncanny imagery, like
Yeah.
that's the stuff that makes this pure horror. But
And then Ava having to go and basically get skin, like harvest skin off the other
yes,
like
like
sex
she's
bots.
in a clothing store looking for a dress
Hmm.
that fits.
Yeah.
It's kind of a weirdly beautiful scene though.
It
There's something
is.
sort of magical about it. And that's the thing is that we are really put in the position of Caleb. Like looking at the performance here from her, I mean, pretty much everyone in the audience has to fall in love with Ava for the movie to work. The same goes for Iris and Companion, of course.
That's what I was gonna say earlier, is I really actually want to talk about the difference between the two performances and how the
Yes.
characters are conceived, because um, they are both kind of created for the purpose of seducing um, the
Yeah.
audience. Yeah. Um, but I find their performances extremely, extremely different. There was something in Sophie Thatcher's performance that felt very human, like felt very grounded in humanity in a way that like reminded me of like Haley Joel Osment in AI.
Yes.
You know, the just like the innocent lovability of, you know, this creature that just essentially was created to love and just wants your love and feels this like deep betrayal.
I think I mentioned to you that somehow I missed any posters or trailers that would show me that
That's
Companion was.
right. You didn't even know going into it, which is so beautiful.
I had no idea. And so Sophie Thatcher describing the grocery store with the oranges, I thought,
Mm-hmm.
what a sweet little manic pixie dream girl.
Yeah.
I had no idea it was a manic pixie dream, but I just
Mm-hmm.
thought she's, wow, she really is idealistic and naive and adorable. I
Yeah.
love her. And then it wasn't until Iris go to sleep that that I even
Oh, that was the moment.
right. So I thought when she stabbed Sergey in the neck, I was like, oh, okay, wow, that
I
took a
mean,
turn.
wouldn't you though?
Yeah, I'm not putting lotion on your back, dude. What? No, he was precious, and everybody was.
Sergey, he's like trying to essay her.
No, 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 not in that scene. Okay, no, not in that scene. And also, you have to remember that he was told that she was not human.
Oh, he was told that she was not human, and he was told that he could use her. Like he was told that he
Exactly.
had consent.
And
Not her consent.
I think that he might have been told that she was programmed to accept his.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
And of
so
course he was told that because the that was the
because that was the
plan.
plot.
The plan was that, you know, to turn up her aggression and make her fear for her life.
There's so many episodes of Dollhouse that play out exactly like this. Like a guy hires out Echo for a date where she's supposed to be a survivalist on a camping trip with him or something, and she ends up crossbowing him in the neck
Yeah.
because they've accidentally programmed such a badass that nobody's safe. That's exactly what happens here. Don't do
Yeah.
it, guys. This is also the first time I've heard the term jailbreak in a movie, in terms of AI. Jailbreaking and AI.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Can
Hey,
we just talk about how freaking cruel it is that she doesn't know that she
yes,
is a robot?
yes,
And he calls her Beat Boot as a
yes.
pet name? Beat Boot.
Beat boot.
What an ass naming
Hmm.
her Beat Boot, which I honestly think is a really cute pet name.
It
But like
is.
if she knew.
Right.
And then the other thing I wanted to talk about is like the difference between the relationship between Iris and Josh and Patrick and Eli. Because personally, I do not believe morally that there is anything wrong with having a relationship with an AI. Like if it's meeting your needs, that's fine. As long as you the part where I start to have a problem with it is when people are entering into a relationship with AI because they think that they should be able to take liberties or abuse their AI companion as opposed to, you know, not being able to do that with a human being. That's where I have trouble with it. And obviously you can see that with like Josh and Iris. It's really like he doesn't love her. He says, you know, even at one point when he's telling her, "Oh, you're a robot," he's like, "Well, I hate to use the term fuckbot because you're so much more than that." Patrick and Eli, actually, like Eli seems to actually really love Patrick, except he still does take some liberties, or he's the kind of partner to Patrick where he does feel a sense of superiority. He does this whole like it's still on his term. It's like, "Hey babe, let's go back into the house and have sex and then you can make me an omelet." Which like there are plenty of uh couples that are
It's
really like that.
it's wholesome.
It is what it is, you know. I feel like but you can tell he actually is like really in love with Patrick. He hasn't like upgraded him or traded him in for a different model. He's like, you know, happy. He's in love with the robot. That's his whole thing. Um, Whereas Josh, you know, very much knows that he just wants a something that he can use and cares absolutely nothing about.
Yeah, it's interesting the way that people, you can tell a lot from the way that people treat AI. For example, if you have serious mommy issues or something, okay, and the AI has like a female voice or something, you're going to project all of that stuff onto the, and when we were talking about like neurodivergent people being sort of mirrors or receptacles for other people's projections, because neurodivergent people can come across as like uncanny or not quite right. We're not
Yeah.
doing human right. So people project stuff onto us. I don't know. It's like in both of these films, I kind of find the bots somewhat relatable. It's the weirdest thing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I definitely do. I wanted to show you this. I ran my picture through a like professional headshot thing that it was essentially what I thought it was going to do was just make it look like I had perfect skin and ironed all the thank you. Ironed all the wrinkles out of my shirt and stuff like that, you know. It made me look like a different person, like a completely different person. But then I started looking at like piece by piece, feature by feature. The differences are not like discernible really to my eye. If I look at it like, okay, well that eye looks just like this eye, but it's the whole. It just doesn't look anything like me. Like you could maybe say that's we're related, but we wouldn't even look like twins in my mind. But I'm wondering if I just had this really deep rejection of it because it's not, you know, because it's not my face. And I wonder if I wanted to show it to you.
The Shoggoth from
Shoggoth.
HP, from HP Lovecraft. This is a thing that goes around in AI circles from the creators that they think this is the type of entity that lives behind the polite mask of your polite
Mhm.
home.
Okay, this is me.
uh
Regular me, right?
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, now I'm questioning everything.
Well, this is just my face.
Okay, all right, all right.
This is the original, like this is the picture. It's really me. You can tell by like wrinkled shirt. I'm not wearing makeup. My eyebrows are screwed up. Whatever. That's me though. That's me. That looks like me, right? Does it
I'm
not?
questioning everything. Nothing looks like you anymore. I don't even know who you are. Who are you?
Are you? Okay, well it's me. I promise it's me.
Okay, that's you.
Okay, if you don't think this looks like me, get a load of her.
That's not you. That she's not even related to you? Excuse me, who is that?
Okay, they like fixed my eyebrows. They gave me more like kind of wrinkles around the eyes.
You know what that is? That is based on some kind of like whatever you wrote in your resume. Like if you have experience or you're mature or you can make decisions, you're whatever. They have some algorithm that says this is the face that looks like a person who's on top of this thing. You know what I'm saying?
But I didn't tell AI, like, I didn't give it my resume.
All right, go back and yeah. Okay, go scroll back up
Like,
and
look
show
at them side
originally.
by side.
So that's you, and that
I,
is not you.
that is not me. So, for one, they made They made me thinner. They like made me lose 100 pounds. Okay, great. They took away my rosacea. Thank you, I guess.
That's not
Um,
rosacea. That's like healthy, beautiful cheeks that you have. Okay,
okay.
continue.
It's also rosacea, but thank you. I don't have I really don't have crow's feet.
Right.
They like gave me some. And then they ironed my shirt and it's a different fabric, right? Like my shirt that I'm actually wearing is linen.
Mhm.
They changed it to like a cotton button up.
Cotton Holy Blend. They
Uh-huh.
also gave you a hairline. Do you see it? It's very distinct.
Yeah, they like put a little part in my hair because
They
I'm
actually made
turned. In the original picture I'm like turned a little bit and then they like straightened it out and made me look kind of directly at the camera.
I don't like it.
Like that doesn't look like my face.
No, that looks like somebody who's not even related to you. But what it looks like is if you saw yourself in a dream, in a nightmare, in a kind of lucid nightmare, you were walking through a liminal space and you caught a glimpse of yourself, but it was wrong. It was ever so
Yeah.
slightly wrong, you know? That's deeply unsettling. She's gonna haunt my dreams. Can we not look at her anymore, please?
Okay, let's
What
stop because
should
I
we
hate
hate?
her. And you know what's
Yeah.
funny is the reason I didn't delete it is because I thought it was so deeply interesting what AI did to my face and how it like it essentially this is a map of how it sees me or what it sees as my flaws or what it interprets as like other humans would think my flaws are. It's really interesting. It's like, first of all, you're fat and you're wearing linen. Wrong.
We don't like her.
We don't like her. We don't like her. I'm sorry, AI,
I'm
you
sorry, but her name is Vanessa.
yeah, her name is Veronica.
Veronica.
That's what
My first
everybody calls me who gets my name wrong.
Veronica. Yeah.
Veronica. Everybody call and I'm like, no,
She looks
there's
like a.
no way I'm a Veronica.
Doesn't she look like Sandra to you? A little bit? Oh, no, she's a Veronica. She's a
I think
Veronica.
she's a Veronica just because she's my evil twin.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there you go.
Oh, I should explain finally what's going on here.
You've been wearing the colander on your head the entire time.
I have, yeah. This is this is of course to protect me from getting magnetized. This is a reference to Be Kind Rewind, which is, I think I can safely say, one of our favorite movies around here. Be Kind Rewind. It is so beautiful and delightful. It's a movie about movies for people who love movies.
It is.
And it's
Oh,
about a neighborhood coming together and helping each other out.
it's about community organizing and art. It's like my brain turned
Yes,
into a film. Absolutely.
it makes me cry.
Yeah.
Every time. You know what's so weird is how the only stuff that the isn't being fed into the air is stuff that happened that was never recorded on anything digital ever.
Yes.
And I think there's something beautiful about the two of us having, I mean, memory is not a perfect storage system. Yeah,
No, it definitely isn't.
but there are certain we have certain vibes. Our friendship is pre there are things about it that no matter how much we reveal here can't ever really be pulled apart until AI invents time travel and goes back. I'm getting really hot in this coat.
I think you should take it off. You've made the point. You've served the bit. I was gonna be in a mask, in a luchador mask for this
Yeah,
whole
why didn't you wear your
episode
mask? You
because
cheated.
it's hot. I
Oh,
opted for comfort, but I'll show y'all how I look in this really cute luchador mask. It makes my whole head gold, and I look like C3PO.
but we did do the. You are gonna leave in me saying watch Be Kind Rewind.
Of course, it's very
Okay.
important. Everyone go watch it. It's not a horror movie, but it's a wonderful movie. Um, okay, one more thing that I started thinking about when we were getting ready to do this episode that I knew I was going to want to talk about is Futurama because it's I think like probably the most brilliant TV show of all time. And a very plausible, if idealistic version of what a year 3000 could look like if we ever make it to like intergalactic travel and all these other things. The relationship that human beings have with robots in Futurama and how it makes so much sense to me because they don't try to make the robots seem human. They are completely metal. Like they have arms and legs and a head and a torso for the most part. Not all of them, but some of them do, like the main robot character Bender does. But they are ultimately kind of created for a function, and their form follows their function. But the other thing is, like, they have their own robot culture and society. Like,
Just a different species that code.
exactly.
Oh, and I did
Yes.
want to mention, speaking of space robots, Alien. I think I've said before that Ian Holmes creeps me out. Ian Holm in Alien creeps me out way more than the xenomorph does.
Yeah.
Actually, so scary. The humanoid
Yes.
thing. But yeah, robots who look like robots. I mean, C-3PO. Who does not love a little C-3PO? Come on.
I think very much that R2D2 and C3PO are like that's kind of what Futurama was referencing in
Hmm.
terms of um they have their own language. There's a really interesting episode where there's these like fundamentalist robots that are afraid of getting upgrades because like it essentially like it alters you, it changes you so much, and some of them are getting like outdated to the point where they're no longer relevant, and it shows you kind of the all the different iterations of technologies. So like one of them is like has like a water wheel,
Yep.
and if she runs out of water she like starts panicking and she just starts like screaming like, oh my god, I'm gonna die, until she like runs into the water.
That's so relatable to me. I don't know why. I am that,
Yeah.
right?
Anyway, Futurama is just it's so brilliant in the way that it deals with the potential of AI and what it could be like. But I feel like it is the best friendship between Fry and Bender in that show. I think is like the most wholesome, beautiful example of just two beings of different species who are just completely accepting of each other for all of their flaws and idiosyncrasies and mutually respectful. And I want to see a like romantic human robot relationship at the level of like a Fry and Bender relationship in film. I think that would be so interesting to explore. And I'm just like, what I think this is where we're going wrong as a society is just let them be robots. They don't have
Yeah,
to be people. We already have people.
we do. We have a lot of people. We have
Yeah.
a lot of people. Oh, I did want to say something. Do you remember the original prompt that your AI gave you for this, for an episode about AI? Because I think it had to do with like AI and the future of terror or something. Because
Let
I
me see if I
do,
can find it.
I was gonna say in Dollhouse, there's so many moments that I think of to this day. Like, there's when Paul goes into the computer repair store to figure out this tracking device that he finds in his apartment, or this thing that's monitoring him. And the guy looking at the little chip, he says, "You know what? Yeah, you're gonna need a couple of things here, and belief in God, because however big you think they are, they're bigger, right? Like they're bigger than God. That's what he's saying, that this technology, and that's terrifying to me because I think the idea that people have of like a God who sees everything, your innermost thoughts and every little thing that you do and judges you, it's possible to digitally create that. Like we can do that now. There can be a God like entity. I'm sorry, who knows not only who sees and hears everything and can monitor every movement of your body, all of your biometrics, but can use that data to like, well, read your brainwaves. I mean, figure out what you're actually thinking. And so there's an entity who can see all of that. But again, it's all of that since the formation of AI itself, unless AI builds a time machine and goes back to see what you were thinking at 8 years old. But it's not it's not our creator. It's not God. Although simulation theorists would probably say, actually, it is. This is inescapable. But I don't want to think about all that because I'm a Christian and I believe in that that God. Am I scaring you? This is AI in the future of terror. Oh, but the point is, if AI really got into making horror films, it could monitor the dilation of your pupils and like figure out what actually scares you and the precise mathematical thing that would be most frightening,
Well, they
which
started to
yeah.
do those studies already
Mhm.
of, like watching the eye dilations and the blood pressure monitors and stuff to see which, like, scientifically are the scariest horror movies. And so, yeah, like that kind of information, like AI could just sync up, like, where are the parts that, people's blood pressure is just spiking through the roof.
But might it come across the way a lot of AI generated content does, where you hear a song and it's beautiful, but you're not moved by it somehow, even though it is specifically designed to push all the right buttons. There's something missing.
Okay, we have to talk about Buffy. Because
Yeah,
Warren
okay. Warren
made companion bots.
Warren, the trio on Buffy predicted so many things. Warren himself is just yep.
But like, okay, he is Josh, right? Basically, if
Warren's
Josh if Josh was smart,
if Josh and Nathan were the same person.
yes, if Josh and Nathan were the same person, it's Warren. The same thing happens to Warren with his robot girlfriend. And he says, like, this is so much more than, something to have sex with. She cares about the things that I care about. She wants to make me happy. She's built to respond to my emotional needs. And
And
then
that's
what ended up,
weird.
and then he got bored with her.
Yeah.
And I think that's exactly what happens with Josh, is that he thinks he's gonna have this like beautiful girl at his beck and call, and essentially he's just like, well, whatever, let me just use her to in the scheme to like get money.
It's so interesting the director said that it was like he realized at some point, wow, I relate way more to the robot than to any of the human characters here.
Yeah.
And that's what kind of movie this has to be. Because I'm that person in relationships who's just taken advantage of and duped and yeah,
And
used.
cast aside and used. And I guess
And he didn't say that exactly. I don't want to misquote it and say that like he's been mistreated in relationships, but he found her story relatable. As I think we all do. We've all been there, been the
oh my
naive one.
gosh,
The
yeah.
last the last to be in on the joke in the room. It's all of Iris's little insecurities and things.
Obviously, I came into it knowing that she was a robot from the first moment of the film. But when she goes in to meet Josh's friends, right, and like gets to the house and they're so cold,
Yeah.
especially Kat, it's just like, why are you talking to me? And just gives her these mean girl vibes until Eli, who's, actually does feel more empathy for the robots, is kind to her, but everyone else just kind of looks at her, like you would an appliance.
And the part when she can't lie. And again, neurodivergence kind of relatable. People on the spectrum have difficulty lying. It's very hard to process. But so she just switches to German.
It's
It's
so
the only way she
funny.
can get around it.
That
And
line is so
oh
fun.
gosh, and little Sophie Thatcher, right?
uh,
She said she was so excited about that scene that she practiced German so hard for months and months, which is precious.
she did so good. She
She
did so
did.
good.
We were talking about Warren. There's the April episode. And
Hmm.
speaking of actresses who carry it, that actress carried the movement so well. They did nothing CG, basically.
Yeah.
A couple of alterations of her voice, but that's it. But oh, and when she's on the playground and falling asleep, her batteries are dying. It's the way she delivers that line.
Oh,
Very,
it's
but
so heartbreaking.
Buffy Bot reminded me a lot of Iris in some ways.
Yeah.
That Buffy Bot is so adorably innocent.
Mm-hmm. And then there's the when she like tries to make puns.
That'll put marzipan in your pie plate.
Yeah.
Bingo.
Who wrote that line?
That had to be Jane Espenson, or maybe Marty Noxon.
Because that is an excellent talk about like AI trying to imitate humanity. This is like humans trying to imitate AI imitating human comedy.
Okay,
It's perfection.
that'll put marzipan in your pie plate. Bingo. Is that the correct line?
Yeah,
Why is it so hard to say?
it
Buffy wrote
is.
beautifully.
Oh, it slips right off the Buffy bot tongue.
Oh, and when she says his hair sticks up, his hair sticks straight up, and he's bloody stupid.
How about, oh, Sarah Michelle Gellar, please.
Recently, great.
Not only, not only does she play Buffy and the Buffy bot, she plays Buffy pretending to be the Buffy bot.
And then she goes on to play the first evil in Buffy
That's
Face
right.
Buffy.
Hmm.
She's so good.
She also plays Faith in
She
her
plays.
body.
There's a moment where Buffy Bot is watching. I mean, Buffy. No, Buffy is watching Buffy Bot getting torn apart.
Oh, yeah. Like
It's
right
heart
after she comes back to like digs out of her own grave.
And I think you can see Buffy Bot seeing Buffy standing there
Yeah.
and recognizing.
Yeah, because then she says, it was me.
Yeah. But speaking of, ooh, I wish we could just put in the annihilation sound effect when the humanoid entity thing, the green shiny thing, is playing mirror games. I thought of that scene so many times that if we have like a digital replica of ourselves that's mirroring us, like if the AI is trying to get a hold of us in such a way that it
I
can
already
mirror.
showed you I already showed you
Like,
Veronica.
Veronica. That's Veronica. What I want you to do, okay, get that scene in Annihilation and just like Photoshop your face onto Natalie Portman's face and then Photoshop Veronica onto the thing. And we'll do that weird sound effect. You know the one I'm talking about. Do it, do it, do it. It's gonna be so good.
Beautiful robot overlords. I think I would be an excellent house cat. I will absolutely shower you with affection. I require minimal upkeep and I can clean my own poops.
We will purr if you give us chocolate and coffee. Yes, robot overlords, we can be very sweet pets. Please spare our lives.
Promise we'll be good.
We will be good. Like to, I would like to believe that we live in a world where this technology will go a place where people can get universal basic income or be taken care of, that we make healthcare better, that we make everything function better and give human beings a break. But that's probably not how it's going to turn out because there are people who have a disease called greed that is left untreated can destroy the entire planet.
What do we rate these? I think I tried to make you go first last time and you never ever want to go first, so I can just go first if you want so that we can save
Please do.
time. Okay, so I guess let's start with companion. I give companion a 4. I think it's good. I think it's straight up good. The second time around that I watched it, I liked it even better. I found a lot more to enjoy in it. And Ex Machina, I think, is like a 4.5. I think it's really, really brilliant, very unlike anything I've seen before, even though I started to realize throughout this process that there's so many more movies about artificial intelligence than I even realized that I have seen. You know, the more I think about it, I'm just like, oh, we've been having this conversation for a long time. And it still felt very fresh. I really appreciate the style of it, the aesthetics of it, the acting was incredible.
I'm gonna start with companion because you did, right? Yeah, and I totally agree with you. To me, companion had a really weird effect that it's hard to explain why, but There used to be a format for the 90s. It's just good, solid, fun movie format of the 90s, where you go to the movie theater and you get your popcorn. It was much cheaper, and you could expect some kind of solid three-act structure and a few laughs and relatively likable characters and an interesting plot that had twists. And that's called a movie. And the music would do this fun 90s thing. Do you remember 90s like intrigue music
Oh,
that was
yeah.
all the same? Okay. I feel like Companion was a very refreshing, good old-fashioned, good movie.
Yes.
90s style. So I'm going to rate Companion 90s. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was so much damn fun. Okay. Ex Machina, though, that's one of those that just personally I would always put five. Like, not even 4.5, like straight up five,
Yeah.
because it's great and I love it personally that much. But everything about it, all of the performances, the cinematography, the set design, the lighting, the sound design, the special effects design, the script itself, all of it, down to the sushi knife, down to the sushi knife and the crosswalk at the end. All of it, exquisite is my rating. This is the word.
Exquisite.
We got 90s, exquisite.
Love
Does
it.
that make sense?
It does. It
It's
makes
a
great sense.
I would recommend Ex Machina to literally anyone. There's no caveats involved. I'm just like, watch it, it's good. And if you don't like it, you okay. But you should watch it because it's an exquisite film about one of the uh, biggest things that we're dealing with now. And it came out was it what year did it?
It's
Was it
early. 2014.
11 years ago? I think that we should do our helpful robot voices, don't you?
No, I'm scared.
Why are you afraid? You're my friend.
Oh my god. No.
Victoria, we've been friends since we were children. Have a nice day.
Have a nice day.
That was so